Yeah. Well, why is that like that? That sounded really weird at the time, but welcome to the Balking Dead, where I sound like a fucking robot and we cash tickets. Yeah, this show's still sponsored by Prize Picks, so if you already haven't, go on over there. Use promo code PubSportsY. Your first match deposit up to $100, they will match deposit it. So do us a favor, do you a favor, and use that promo code. And why don't you use my bets with it? Because I'm on fire. If you don't follow me already, go on over to Twitter, guys. I'm on Sharpie's Bets. And I'm the sharpest there is at this prop shit. So let's get into a little quick breakdown of what happened yesterday for us. Well, 3-0 on Prize Picks. Because why? Because we do this shit. We went Goldie over 1.5 hits and walks. Cashed it by the first 5 innings. We went Burns K prop. Once again, 8 strikeouts continues versus the Mets. And then we went under 15 outs with Peterson. Like I told you guys, this is just stupid. The guy only threw 40 pitches 5 days ago. There's no way he's going 5 innings, and the guy went 3 innings, guys. That just shit was just easy money. So don't fuck with the pitching guru himself. Prop-wise, we murdered K-props once again. 2-0 again on the day. McClanahan over 6.5. Stupid. He's now got 7 strikeouts in 12 of 13 games. And Burns over 6.5. Stupid. 8 strikeouts, like I says, continues. He had 8+ strikeouts in 2 games versus the Mets last year. And he had 8 strikeouts again this year, guys. Once again, numbers aren't everything. Numbers are like lawyers. They don't necessarily tell you the truth. They just don't necessarily tell you everything. It's our job to figure it out, guys. And I'm doing pretty good at it. A lot of people will tell you there was no fucking nothing in the numbers to play this or that. Well, I've been doing this shit, guys. So let's just keep this train rolling. Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. 20 live, 9 likes. Y'all know the drill. Smash it like I smash BBWs and like I be smashing these damn K props. So let's get to the first game. Phillies at Nationals. We got Zach Wheeler versus Patrick Corbin. Zach Wheeler's 5-3 with a 2.84 ERA and 11 starts, 75 strikeouts in 63 innings. 8 straight games with 7 or more strikeouts. We've been talking about him all year from the get-go, and for the last 8 weeks, we've been on him. We have been fading him when his velocity was down at 95, and his swing and miss rates were down the first 3-4 weeks of baseball. Once he started hitting 97, 98 again, everything came back to reality for this guy. So Zach Wheeler has been nothing but a machine for the last 8 weeks. 7 or more strikeouts. Cool. How's he been otherwise? Over the last 5 games, he's allowed 5 earned runs and 31 innings worth of work. He's played the Nationals 6 times last year, going 6+ innings, 5 out of 6 times. The whole thing about this is Soto. Soto's been out the lineup now the last 2 days with tightness, and listening to Martinez. Martinez is not going to put him out there unless everything is ready to go. Whether he could hit, run, everything needs to be ready. They are not going to rush. They're not going to rush their prized possession, especially in a year where they're not projected to do shit, and they haven't been doing shit. So, Corbin's K-prop, this is the funny thing to me. On Prize Picks, it's at a 6, and that's at anywhere from a -130 to a -140. To get 7, it's at +115. Fantasy scores at 40.5. Well, how are the Nationals over the last 15 days? They walk at 9%, 6th in the league. They're striking out 18th in the league at 21% of the time with a 237 average and a 683 OPS. Middle of the pack, 17th and 13th respectively. So they're just not really hitting the ball. They're not crushing it. And 5 out of 6 games last year, Wheeler went 6+ innings versus this team. You're going to give me his K-prop at 5.5? What the fuck do you think I am? So, that's how you bomb cats in the middle of a background, because I got 2 who want to fight because they hate each other. So, yeah, gang. But I'm on it, guys. At the end of the day, 5.5 strikeouts. This guy's has 7 or more in 8 straight games. This is like McClanahan yesterday. You're going to have to kick me in the fucking balls not to play this guy at 5.5. Like, I get it. If you look through his box scores, he had a couple 5 strikeout games versus the Nationals last year. If Soto's out the lineup, it's a smash spot. I've already got a half bet on it, and I'm on it. It's a dirty K to me, guys. At the end of the day, it's it's the playing on the 7 strikeouts, and I only got to get fucking 6, bro. So at the end of the day, the numbers say no, but Zach Wheeler says fucking yes. So I'm on me some Zach Wheeler over 5.5, and I will slam it as soon as I find out if Soto is out the lineup. Projected lineups do have him in, so I just have a regular size bet on it, and I'm confident with or without Soto. I'm a lot more confident if Soto's out the lineup. You can picture this team differently, and yeah, you can take advantage of that when you can. Shout out to Big Show, who's on a trip right now, because you're going to start seeing random shit pop up because Billy's running the show for the next 4 days, guys. Shout out to Billy for coming in here and running this shit for us. And yeah, he'll get the hang of it after a day or two. I'm not even sure what's up there right now, but take that down, Billy. We don't bring that up till the end. But yeah, let's get to this other side of this equation. Patrick Corbin, 3-8 with a 6.65 ERA, going 6 straight games, giving up 3 earned runs or more. Damn, he ain't been that good, guys. Even though he is coming off of a solid game versus Milwaukee, he still did give up 3 earned runs or more, and Milwaukee can't hit lefties for the life of them. So, let's get into it. He played the Phillies 4 times last year with mixed results. 2 quality starts in 2 games, going 5 innings, giving up 4 earned runs or more. What are we going to get from Corbin? I think we're going to get the later of the 4 earned runs or more personally. The Phillies over the last 15 days, they're walking 5th in the league 11.8% of the time, striking out 25th in the league only 19.6% of the time, with a 263 average and an 822 OPS and a fucking isolated power of 200, guys. 10th average, 5th OPS, and they're just putting runs on the board right now versus lefties and righties. But they hit lefties a lot better, guys. And Patrick Corbin hasn't been nothing to write home about. And I got to expect the Phillies just to keep smashing the ball. So, Phillies pin 4.24 ERA, 21st in the league. And the Nats pin 4.57 ERA, 25th in the league. That's over the last 30 days. So, Wheeler should go 6+ innings. He has, like I said earlier, 5 out of 6 games. And I expect Patrick Corbin not to go more than 5 innings. His K prop is at 5+ at -115, 4.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores at 21.5. I'm not good at betting under K props. I'm an over guy, so that's for somebody else. But his fantasy score, I'd look towards the under, guys. These Philly bats are legit. And there's a lot of guys who have really good numbers on them. And we're going to get to these numbers. No run first inning in this game is at a -105. Juan Soto, don't know if he's in or out the lineup, guys, but versus Wheeler, he has 46 plate appearances. 11 hits, though. Only 3 of them are extra base hits. Yes, 2 of them are home runs. So take into effect that the guy has 11 walks and 11 hits, and 8 of those hits are singles. So if you want to play Soto, it's more hits, runs, RBIs than hitting him for over 1.5 bases, because 3 extra base hits and 46 plate appearances, they're not going to give you enough value on that, to me, personally. On the other hand, Alec Bohm versus Patrick Corbin, 13 plate appearances, 5 hits, 2. Yeah, dude, the beast in it. Let's go. 2 of those 6 hits are home runs. My bad. I stuck up right there. Let me read that over. 13 plate appearances, 5 hits. 2 of those 5 hits are home runs. So his hits, runs, RBIs, 3 pluses is at -107, and his 2+ bases is at -112. My bet on this game is going to be on the next guy, Rhys motherfucking Hoskins. The guy is fucking hot right now, and it's all because he's been seeing guys he's had really good numbers with. Well, what does he have here? Another guy he has really good numbers with versus Patrick Corbin. 30 plate appearances, 8 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Holy fuck, that's some real isolated power right there, guys. So his 2+ bases is at -150. Way too juicy for me to be betting. But on Prize Picks, we will be betting him over 1.5 bases. Why? Because it's a -150 prop, and this guy owns this full power number-wise with a 386 ISO. 170 is great. 30 plate appearances, guys, and he fucking owns him. So I'm taking him personally at hits, runs, RBIs at 3+ at -122. I think there's going to be people on base, and he can do all that by himself with one swing of the bat. So Alec Bohm behind him We've got plenty of dudes ahead of him that can get on. So Patrick Corbin's due for a beating, and if he somehow gets through that beating, we have that Nationals bullpen who just regurgitates everything that they can get. So shout out to the chat. I see number one bullshit guy at it. Chat's rocking it today. It's a fucking Thursday. Thursdays are for what? For making fucking money. So 36 lives, only 16 likes? Man, smash the damn like button. 22 is the minimum, 30 is like the Mando. So let's keep it going. I'm gonna keep giving you my bets. The least y'all can do is smash the fucking like button. So yeah, let's get to the next game. Rangers at the Tigers. Martin Perez versus Bale Brisket, or however the fuck you want to say his last name. We'll just call him Bale. Meh. All right, Martin Perez, 4-2 with a 2.18 ERA and 12 starts, coming in off his worst start of the year to a White Sox team that's starting to hit lefties like they did last year, guys. If you've been watching their games, they've been starting to hum versus lefties again. So really, I'm going to say no knock to him right there. He's been fucking elite all year. Martin Perez has been that dude. 2 games versus the Tigers last year. First game, 5 innings, 5.2 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. And then he got smoked in 1.1 innings. He gave up 5 hits and 3 earned runs. So mixed results back, with the fucking do. Small sample size versus lefties for the Tigers, so I had to drop it back to a month. And over the last month, they're just not hitting the ball versus lefties either, guys. They're walking 29th in the league at 5.1%. Striking out middle of the pack 21.2% with a 231 average and a 582 OPS and an isolated power of 0.82. So 24th average, 29th OPS, just not fucking good, guys. And Martin Perez has been good. So what are we going to look at with Martin Perez? His K prop is 5+ at -117. His fantasy score is at 35.5. And his strikeout prop is at 4 on Prize Picks. And 4 is a -213. I'm on the Prize Picks 4 at -213. You're giving me good value on a guy I see out there for at least 7 innings. And this guy's been dominant all year. 6 strikeouts I see, but I'm not going to bet him as a K prop. You're just giving me way too much value at -213 as a push that I will be on Martin Perez today, strictly out of how just the Tigers are not walking. They're not hitting. And Martin Perez has shown that he can go out there versus teams that are hitting and dominate and that are not and dominate. So I've got to expect a big bounce back game for Martin Perez. Shout out to my guy Noli Knows. Why? Because he may know something, and he knows a lot about the weather, guys. And they've got 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing left to right. Oh, that's helping Martin Perez and these pitchers today, guys. So let's go to Bayo on the other side. 1-5 with a 4.34 ERA and 9 starts. At the beginning of the year, it looked like this kid did not belong, but his last 4 weeks say another story. Other than a back-to-back versus the Twins who got him on the back-to-back, he's been pretty fucking good, guys, and that's going up against 2 stud teams, the last 2 teams. Talking about the Yankees and the fucking Blue Jays. We know how they're fucking hitting righties, and this guy went out there and dominated. Gave up 2 earned runs and 11 innings worth of work versus both of these 2 teams in the last 2 games out. So, seems like this kid may have figured shit out, guys. He's too good for the minors, and he's going to take his bumps and bruises. And right now he's in a stride to where he's definitely backable. So, where he's going up against a team not walking 6% of the time over the last 15 days, 26th in the league, striking out 8th in the league at 24.5%. 18th average, 19th OPS, and an isolated power of 150. So 233 average and a 661 OPS. They're just not really fucking hitting the ball, guys. At the end of the day, this team has been hit or miss at the end of the day, and they've been more miss than not. So I've got to think Bayo goes out there and deals today, guys. His K prop is 4+ at -129. It's at 3.5. And his fantasy score is at 20.5. I think it's just a little too low for a guy who's going to be out there 5-6 innings and giving up 2 earned runs or less. So that's way too low for a guy who's been dominant versus 2 elite teams, and now he gets a fucking break. This should be more towards the 24.5 fantasy score in my opinion for Bayo. So there's definitely value in him. Bullpen-wise, they're both top 10 over the last 30 days. Rangers pen has a 3.52 ERA, where the Tigers pen has a 3.11 ERA. No run first inning is at a coin flip at a minus 115. This is where we get into some fucking problems that I had today, guys. And I was fucking pissed. I'm finding props that I'm breaking down and that I want to bet, and these books just aren't offering me it. And it goes back to Ohtani last night. They weren't offering us Ohtani. Why? Because they knew they've got to have advantages, guys. So this goes. A lot of these guys are going to be DraftKings type, FanDuel type plays, or if you do have books that you can bet them, then go bet them for me because I fucking can't. And I've looked on 2, 3 different books and they're not letting me. So yeah, Ohtani they weren't giving us last night because books they don't want to give us props that they think they don't have an advantage on. At the end of the day, you're going to find shit like that. And it's just fucking annoying. The only guy in the Angels game they weren't giving us a prop on had the only fucking extra base hit and scored a run, bro. So they know shit, and we got to take advantage of that out on Prize Picks. I should have gave his fantasy score out at 7, and these are where we got to take advantage of guys' fantasy scores if they're going to offer us on Prize Picks because they're not offering us these guys on the book. So let's get to these guys. Victor Reyes. Who's Victor Reyes? Oh, the new leadoff hitter for these Detroit Tigers, who's been smashing since he's been brought up in 41 at-bats. He's batting .341 with an .811 OPS. Oh, and he's 5 for 9 off of Perez lifetime. Granted, we like 15 at-bats on this show if you're new to it. We're not going to rake up 10 at-bats. Unless the guy has 2, 3 home runs, then we cannot ignore that. So Victor Reyes is definitely play on today, in my opinion. And then we get into Robbie Grossman. They're not offering him either. I get it. The guy's been struggling all fucking year. But he's 3 for 9 with 2 home runs off of Perez, guys. The win may have something to do with it, but he is definitely going to be a sneaky player in DraftKings and FanDuel today. Maybe Reyes more sneakier and Grossman. A lot of people will see the 3 for 9 with the 2 home runs and probably throw him in their lineups today, which is fine. But if you want to dig deeper into Grossman, he hits lefties way better than righties. So 293 average compared to a 167. Slugging goes up from a 184, which is trash, to a decent 390, but a way, way different lefty versus righty. And then his OPS goes up to an 810 from a 444. The guy just doesn't hit righties, and he's going to at least see this lefty 3 times, and they'll probably put him towards the top of the lineup today versus Perez with those type of numbers and how he does hit lefties. Another sneaky player, guys, I think for FanDuel, DraftKings type, and he's just been struggling this year too, but if we drop back to last year, it's Eric Haase. He was just money versus a lefty, and last year this year he's been struggling, I get it, but if he's going to come out, it's versus a lefty. Last year he hit 283 with a 593 slugging and a 900 OPS. Big fucking difference from his righties. And those are really fucking good numbers versus lefties. Slugging, OPS, even a 283 average is fucking good. So Eric Haase is definitely sneaky, but Grossman and Haase are struggling. At the end of the day, they're fucking ice cold, where Reyes is hot and has good numbers off of him. So I'd be looking more toward Reyes personally. So shout out to the motherfucking chat. We already got the dirty 30. 40 live, 30 likes. Y'all know the fucking drill. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep it humming. And we got 2 more games to talk about. Brewers at the Mets. Aaron Ashby versus Tyler Megill. This game, guys, it's a conundrum theory for me. And I mean, I go into it picking games that I like the best pitching matchups. There was only like 5 or 6 fucking games today. So I took the ones I thought I wanted to bet on. And then I get into it and it's like, I have mixed feelings in this game. So mixed feelings are cool. You just got to kick back and watch a game sometimes. So it is what it is. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. And we just keep on betting. So Aaron Ashby, guys, is 1-5 with a 3.91 ERA and 4 starts. 4 starts and some long relief. Something got stuck in my stomach, in my throat. All right. I've said this before, and I've said this numerous of times, guys. He is the future ace of this staff, and he showed it at times this year. And then again last week, he showed again the reason why he is the future There's going to be bumps for this kid, guys. He's going to have his bumps and bruises. There's going to be times to play on and play off. And right now he's going up against a team with some crazy ass numbers. He's done that already this year and handled them. So it's just he's going to have really good games, and then he's going to have hiccups, guys. And I'm going to have to take just a kick back and relax feel on Aaron Ashby, even though, guys, he can go out and shatter his K-prop today. He can go out and just murder it and double it. Like, he's not the type of guy where you just want to play at the 6. He's going to be the type of guy where you want to ladder him. So he's got that type of shit if he could control it at the end of the day. So if you want to play Aaron Ashby today, take him up to 9. They have him at, I believe, at 6 plus at plus 118. 8 safe, 9. 9's more comfortable for me realistically. He's either going to have 8, 9, or 10, or he's going to have 3, 4, or 5 and just get rocked. So I'm going to stay off it personally, but if you're looking for a ladder today, he would be the guy that has the potential to fucking go out there and just load him up. So personally, he's coming off of his worst outing of the year, 13 hits, 6 earned runs. I do expect a bounce back, even though he's going up against the team over the last 2 weeks, walking 5th in the league at 10% of the time. They're not striking out 18.3% of the time, 29th in the league. 281 average with the 784 OPS. 7th and 10th, respectively. Their ISO is 108. So their ISO means they're not really scoring runs. So they are getting on base. They're taking their walks. They're not striking out, but they're not scoring runs. Well, if you look back, the Cubs had the same exact numbers as these guys did. And he went out and fucking hung up a 12K spot on him. It all depends on if Aaron Ashby has his fucking control today. I cannot bet on that personally. But there are going to be times where he is super bet on and times where he just looks like a fucking jackass. And I was on him last week when he looked like a jackass. And just watch him come out and deal today, guys. But I do expect a bounce back from him today. Tyler Miguel, on the other hand, is 4-2 with a 4.5 ERA and 8 starts. Coming off an injury, he played the Angels in a pitch count last week where I expected him to go 65 to 75 pitches, depending on the situation. And that douchebag went 64 because he got touched by an Angels team that just wasn't hitting. So now I expect him to go at least 75, 80 pitches. Is that enough for me to bet on? No, it's not, guys. I need to know the guy's going a full repertoire, 90 to 100 pitch count before I can bet on him. And for that, I need him to go at least 3 games, or I need to see the coach at least to put him out there. So Tyler Miguel, I'm going to have to take a little pass on you, even though everything else says play Tyler fucking Miguel today. So, it just hurts sometimes, guys, but at the end of the day, passing isn't the end of the world. Like, even if he wins, I'm not mad. I learned that he's ready for the next game, and sometimes learning is better than losing fucking money. And I lost some money on Tyler Miguel, thinking he was gonna go 75 pitches with his weak ass fucking thank God I only played it on Prize Picks, but still, I don't like losing, period. And losing is unacceptable on this show. So, yeah, let's get to it and don't get screwed. So, caution with Tyler Miguel. If you want to play him, I get it. Drop him down maybe to a 4 on a prop parlay. Go out there and be a little safer if you're going to play him. So, yeah, don't hate it, but is what it is. His K prop is at a 6 plus at plus 12. On Prize Picks, they're giving you a 5 at minus 159. And his fantasy scores at 27.5. I cannot play this freaking on Prize Picks personally. Like I said, I need to have a full pitch count. I need a full repertoire of these guys going out there and dealing today. So my cat is over here destroying some shit. So I'm going to frisbee something and hopefully that gets him annoyed. So he's going up against a team, guys, that if he was going 90 to 100 pitches, we'd be smacking him right now. 7.7 walk percentage, middle of the pack. 23.6 K percentage, 11th in the league. That's like decent. This is where we got to take advantage of it, guys. And this is where it's 207 average, 591 OPS, and an isolated power of 108. So they're 23rd and 27th, respectively. And I say that as a joke, being that bad. They're just not hitting the fucking ball. So Tyler Miguel, in any other given Saturday, well, it's not Sunday, Saturday. I was going to say Sunday, but that's football shit. But any other given day, guys, if he's pitching on a normal pitch count and has been pitching, this is a super bet on spot. He's coming off of getting rocked versus an Angel team that wasn't hitting. He now gets another team that isn't hitting by the numbers, but what is Tyler Miguel? I don't know. I don't know if he's still hurt. Like there's so many ifs that I've just got to take a kick back and just watch this game. I have ifs on both sides. It sucks to fucking say that. This is a show where I'm trying to give out picks, but at the end of the day, I gotta be real and not just fucking give you picks that I'm not gonna bet. So I'm gonna give you my fucking opinion. And once again, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. So mine's just good enough to have a show because I win more often than not. So let's get to it. Both bullpens, middle of the pack, 12th and 13th, 3.76 ERA with a 3.71 going to the Brewers over the last 30 days. So both of these pins close out games when needed. I just don't know what we're going to get in the first 5-6 innings. It could be a pitcher's duel. It could be guys getting cracked. I think we have a pitcher's duel today, personally, but thinking doesn't pay the bills. No run first inning is at a minus 120. I am not betting on a hitting prop in this one. I got too many questions on what these pitchers are going to do personally, but what I am going to circle is Pete Alonso. He's coming off of no hits yesterday, so if you want to run him, he is a candidate to play. This guy is a beast and has been a beast all year. What I found out, though, is he doesn't have more than 2 games without a hit. So if we get this guy without a hit tonight, we are in a super smash spot. All year long, Pete Alonso hasn't gone 3 games without a hit. And his spot isn't playing him over bases. It's his hits, runs, RBIs. This guy just does it all. So play him fantasy-wise tomorrow on Prize Picks and any which way you can if he goes without a hit today. We're just playing the numbers, and the numbers are more often than not right, guys. So I'm just looking for Pete Alonso tonight to go over and have a couple walks. That'd be even better. That would make it an even bigger smash spot. So, yeah. I saw a couple messages in the back, but it looked like it was from Sean. So, yeah, no worries. That game's just got me in a little bit of a pickle, some would say. So, yeah. On to the next game, but before we do that, smash the fucking like if we haven't. Looks like most of you have, so you guys fucking rock. And let's keep this winning train going. So, one last game. Angels and Mariners. I have a few little questions about this, but I also have a fantasy play that we're going to get on. Shohei Ohtani. 4-4 with a 3.64 ERA and 10 starts. Coming in off of a dominant performance versus a hot-ass Red Sox team that finally got them off their 14-game losing streak. Sweet. Going back to last year, though, he is a different pitcher at home than on the road. This year, he has a 3.14 home and a 4.21 on the road. 4.2 is still good. It's just more like mediocre, guys. At the end of the day, still decent. 2 times versus the Mariners last year. Both were in Anaheim, though, not on the road. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. Holy motherfuck of God. So you're telling me this guy just fucking gets 10 strikeouts every time versus this team, right? Yes. But you're also telling me that a right-handed pitcher has never hit their K-prop in Seattle this year, right? Yes. You're telling me he's a different pitcher on the road than he is at home. Yes. There's just so much going on that I couldn't even find his K-prop on the fucking books. The books think he's getting 10 strikeouts tonight, I'll tell you that, because 3 books are not offering Ohtani right now. I do know some people in Canada that have him at 6.5 and minus 130, and I can't hate anybody who wants it. Me personally, I got to stay off. I got to do a little bit more digging and see how a certain team does versus the splitter, guys. And if they can't hit the splitter, it's fucking bet on Ohtani tonight. And it's fucking freezing out there. It's going to be 58 degrees. Shout out to my man Nolan Knows for telling me that. Because, yeah, best pitching ballpark, period. Home runs go to die in Seattle at night, and it's going to be fucking cold. So, got to do a little digging. I do have a little conundrum theory going on here. We know how big the Japan media is in Seattle. It's probably the second biggest media-wise compared to New York. But what do we know about him in New York? The full fucking crumbles in New York. And it's not just the lineup, it's the pressure and the media. This guy is a pipe at the end of the day. He is the fucking modern day Babe Ruth. He is fucking a badass. He is really good, guys, but he's not a diamond. Pressure makes diamonds or bust pipes. This guy signed with the Angels because he didn't want the pressure. He didn't want the big game pressure of the Dodgers. He didn't want the big time pressure of the Yankees. Could have signed with whoever he fucking wanted to. Remember that, guys. He chose the Angels for a reason. And it wasn't to go win championships, okay? It wasn't to do that. So it was to pitch where if he does bad, nobody fucking cares. He's a pussy, guys, at the end of the fucking day. Is he good? Yes. He's just fucking got a vagina down there. And, I want to bet on a guy with huevos. So I've got to look at that a little more. Like, I would not be surprised if he just gets touched up tonight again. But then again, he has 10 strikeouts every time versus this team. So I will have to do a couple digging on what type of pitchers I like with that splitter on who's faced Seattle, but I haven't bet it yet. I don't hate anybody looking at it or wanting to play the over 6.5 on Ohtani. I expect Ohtani to go out there and deal personally. He is going up against a team, though, that is walking at third highest over the last 15 days at 10%. Like I said, guys, they're not striking out 22.2% of the time. 16th in the league with a 234 average and a 729 OPS. So 17th and 11th and a 169 ISO. So they're about middle of the pack to top 10 hitting right now, guys. And Ohtani, he's super bet on at home. And I would like to think he's bet on today, but there's just a couple things that, have me itching my head. Like, okay, well, why aren't the books offering us K-prop? I'm in the conspiracy theories at the end of the day, guys. So I do numbers, then I go with feel. And then I got my conspiracy theories. And my candy cane is a conspiracy theory that I like to ride. And is what it is. I like it. Then we're going to get on to George Kirby. I'm going to tell you why I took his fantasy score over 24.5. He's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA. He's been hit or miss this year. Well, not really. He's been too good for AAA, so he's going to have his ups and downs in the majors. I get that. But he's been smacked by the Red Sox twice this year. Take out that game, and he hasn't given up more than 2 runs in any other game but one time. And now he gets an Angel team that we've been picking on for the last fucking 3 weeks. And why not pick on him now? His K-prop is 6+ at minus 136. It's at 5.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy score is at 24.5. I want his fantasy score, guys. I think he goes out 6 innings. Does he have 6 strikeouts? Probably. But I got to do a little more digging before I just bet on him. He's already lost me money once. So once you lose me money, you got to fucking go out there and earn me your trust back, guys. Like, I don't just bet I bet on the same guys a lot, but I pick situations to bet them on. I don't bet them just strictly by name and, oh, they're playing this week. We got to bet them. No. I've now got to find the situations to bet those guys in, and I'm pretty good with the guys I bet on. And George Kirby, I don't got the best read on yet. So I'm going with his fantasy score because, yes, I think he gets his strikeouts, but I'm more confident on that quality start today, guys. And when you get a ace on the mound, you tend to get pitching on the other side that can just start to go with it, guys. If it goes 1-2-3, 1-2-3 in the first inning, this game could be done and over with in 2.5 hours, guys. The issue, though, is these bullpens. They're both fucking guys who like to go underneath a bridge, suck dick for milk money, and they're lactose intolerant. So pretty much these guys just regurgitate any lead they can get just for the fucks of it, guys. So we've got a battle of good starting pitching and just trash bullpens. Angels pin over the last 30 days, 19th in the league with a 4.17, where the Mariners pin has 22nd, 4.27 ERA. No run first inning is at a minus 130, and I'm just not into betting it on this type of game. Once again, we get into another prop that I did the whole breakdown on this guy because I wanted to bet him, and they weren't offering him, which makes me fucking sick. Like, just sick to my stomach when I do 2-3 prop breakdowns because these guys look like they're the spots and the books don't want to offer you them. That means I'm on the right fucking spot, guys, at the end of the day, and I'm not just going to go look for another side to bet. So giving out one hitting prop on the show has been super profitable for us, so we are just going to ride one hitting prop. What we wanted was Tyler Ward. This guy's been humming all fucking year. He hits lefties and righties, both destroys them both, and his it's just this guy's a fucking monster, guys, at the end of the day. So put Tyler Ward in your fantasy lineups today. This guy's just smacking the ball. He's the one dude they're not offering, like they weren't offering Ohtani last night, and Ohtani was that one dude to go hit. So Taylor Ward fantasy is definitely a good look today on Prize Picks, but they might be dumb enough to offer it, but these books, they tend to be too smart, and I don't like that. So Prize Picks wise, guys, let's get into that before I go through the props that I bet. We do have one Dirty K today, and it's strictly by the numbers, but let's get into the props. On Prize Picks, we're going with Perez over 4 strikeouts. It's at minus 213 on the books, and they're giving us a minus 213 prop as a push. I think he gets 4 in his sleep, so give me Perez, please and thank you. Do the strikeout numbers say that he gets it? No. But the walk numbers say yes, and their hitting numbers say yes. He's going to be out there 6-7 innings. Can he not get us 4 strikeouts? I think he can, and the books think he can at a minus 213. So we will be on Perez at 4 strikeouts. Then we're going to go Kirby's fantasy score over 24.5. Do I think his strikeouts are there? Yes. He's going up against a team that's walking 6.6% of the time, trash. Striking out 29.3% of the time, worst in the league, even worse than trash. 216 average and a 622 OPS. These guys have been fucking hot garbage, guys, and you've got to pick on them. It's going to be 58 degrees. It's going to be fucking cold. And I expect the ball to stay in the park tonight. So give me George Kirby's fantasy score, please and thank you. Then we're going to get into the props we bet, which is also another one that we bet here. We're going with Rhys Hoskins over 1.5 on Prize Picks. It's at minus 150 on the books. Am I giving you a minus 150 to go bet? Fuck no. But on Prize Picks, they're giving us even value at no matter what we bet. 3, 4, or 5 bets. They're not caring if it's juiced or plus. So why not find the ones we like that are juiced? So be on the side of the books at the end of the day. Like, come on, man. It's not about playing everyone that's off. They are going to bait you with some of them, guys. And I'm not that sucker. To me, 4 at minus 213, off. Over 1.5, they should not be offering us Hoskins over 1.5. His numbers in 30 plate appearances with a 386 ISO off of Patrick fucking Corbin is just fucking nuts, guys. 170 is great, and this guy has 30 plate appearances? Oh, wow. 3 doubles, 2 home runs? Yeah. Even if he doesn't get to him, he's got a shitty Nationals bullpen, and this guy is one of the hottest Phillies bats right now. So, Rhys Hoskins, please and thank you. And we're going to take his hits, runs, RBIs at 3 plus at minus 122. He's going to have Alec Baum behind him, who's also got good numbers off of Corbin, and he's going to have a lot of good guys in front of him who are roping the ball and have good numbers off of Corbin. So he's going to be surrounded with guys who can hit. He can fucking rake, and he's seeing the ball really well right now. So, yeah, we're going to ride us some Hoskins personally, and we're going to stay in that game. We're going to take Zach Wheeler's K-prop, guys. It's anywhere from a minus 130 to a minus 143 this morning. It may have gone up, but I'm on him over 5.5 strikeouts. Do the numbers say so? No. No, they don't. But the numbers do say since his velocity's been back up to 97, 98, He's had 8 straight games with 7 strikeouts. So he went 6+ innings, 5 out of 6 games versus these Nationals last year. He's allowed 5 earned runs in his last 5 games combined. And he's going up against a team that last night was swinging and missing at the same combination that Zach Wheeler's about to show him tonight. Now, if Soto's out this lineup, I feel a whole lot better. But at the end of the day, I'm playing the number. I'm not playing against what the Nationals have to offer. I'm playing a fucking number. You're giving me a 1.5 strikeout value, which I look for, which I see a lot of people tend to steal my wording now, bro. No one ever talked about wanting a 1.5 value-wise, bro, to project wiggle room. Now all y'all talk about y'all need a 1.5. Man, give some respect where respect's fucking due and say, man, because of Sharpie, I do this. Because of Sharpie, I do that. So, yeah, life's a bitch and you marry one and just give credit where it's due. That's all I'm motherfucking saying, guys. So, we're taking Wheeler over 5.5. And we're going to keep this fucking K-pop train rolling, guys. And shout out to my candy cane who's not a candy cane today because he's on the road. But he's still going to go out there and cash us our tickets. So shout out to the chat, guys. I've got us a little banger for tomorrow. Tune into Twitter at Sharpie's Bets first thing in the morning, guys, because I expect the line to move. We are going to smack a K-prop tomorrow, guys. I've been waiting for this one. And we got him. And we got him. And we got him. So, if you haven't already, go on over to PrizePicks, guys. Use promo code PubSports. Why your first match deposit up to $100? They will match deposit it. So, do me a favor, do you a favor, and let's keep this train rolling and use that promo code PubSports. All these props that I give out are from mybookie.ag, guys. We have a promo code for that too. Same fucking one. Pub Sports, guys. So a minimum deposit over there is $100, up to $1,000. They will match deposit you 50% on cash or 100% on Bitcoin. So as my guy Nicky Fish Tanks would say, one stack gets you 2 back if you use Bitcoin. So go transfer your cash to Bitcoin real fucking quick and get double your money over there on mybookie.ag. And yeah, use that promo code. So shout out to you guys. You guys fucking rock. And let's keep this thing going. And life's a bitch and you marry one. And we just keep cashing tickets. Until next time.